Yeah, can I just say, you can tell that you two have been stinging with the jet lag. He's dressed just the same.
Oh, by the way,
you actually look like you look like a lead singer and you're two like backup.
To be fair, they two would fucking sleep in the Carl Baskin, the looks of two.
So anyway, shows a bit of nipple. I like to see it before we start.
I would show me, but because I've got tits and I can't really.
Come on, let us see it.
You've not got tits.
No, I can't say I can't, because then I'll look back later on and I get embarrassed.
You're a fashion icon, mate.
I'm going to start putting up fashion pictures. But I need to...
Oh, what are you, like a blogger type thing?
Aye, like your
Influencer.
Bigger than that, like Neymar and all that.
Oh, right,
All that type.
And what sort of names are we dropping? Prada, Gucci?
Prada, Gucci.
They've been sending you stuff, into
Balenciagas.
Show them, get them up on the table. Yes!
Not as good as him, but...
That's the first pair.
Do you know what, I was walking down the street the other day and I seen somebody else with them on. And that's 100% just off last week, isn't it?
Crazy, isn't it? It's actually, mate, I actually feel when I'm coming into the podcast at the moment, it's like a war zone, isn't it? There's no joke coming here, but I do feel you genuinely need to be ready now, because you can go away fucking like last week. I mean, what a show I had. What a show I had, and the big man did done me. I can't get it out of my head, so nah, listen, good on the big man.
By the way, I need to tell you, I'm worried, man. Been taking my wee boys for football, right? And my youngest, I need to know Cragen's whereabouts 6 years ago.
No way.
Oh no,
my youngest has got toes like
he's not getting curly.
He's got toes like Nick.
Oh, wow.
Curly toe.
Say now what you thinking.
That's not me, mate. I've not got a curly toe. So I don't know where it's came from.
He must have been in the dancing. Met your bud.
Thank you.
He must have. Wouldn't he have?
Wait, so talk to you, wee man, though.
Mate, so he...
Is that the one with Irish accent?
Usually I just let him run about and I didn't really notice, but I actually took him for like volleys this week. My oldest flung it to him, bang, straight. My youngest, mate.
Hopeless.
Curly virly toes, man.
What was your first thought when you seen it?
Cragen. I've actually pictured you picking balls at the stand when he kicked the ball, eh?
Oh my God.
So when
that man on, Cragen.
I need to get a DNA test, man.
If Cragen came on, you'd
Andrew,
like
I'm telling
and
you.
then I took them online, mate, and he kept pointing to lottos, saying that he wanted lottos.
Aye, must be.
It's Cragen, that.
Andrew, I'm telling you right now, if Stevie Cragen comes on here, I'll tell you the now, I'll pull his fucking toes up there and rip them off. I'm telling you, I ain't backing down for nobody anymore.
Kev, how you doing? Valentine's Day? This is your week, Valentine's Day. Valentine's week, Sunday.
Fucking good job.
You want a shot of his arm?
No. We've got one of them in the house, it's alright. Just need new batteries. Right, anyway.
I thought you got them.
Valentine's Day, I forgot all about Valentine's.
Sunday.
They're talking about love. What about old Jack Fincham on Twitter? Take it right. Who do you think he is?
Andrew, sorry, him, Stephen Hendry. Stephen Hendry wants to make her come back to snookery things. Let's go for the biggest name, Andy, you know what I mean? Calls
Exactly.
me up. And then Jack Fincham, come on, love.
I know.
You know what I mean? Give us a break. Slap him a bit. Listen, see if he wants it properly. I ain't no mug anymore. So be the big man, get your agents or whatever, sort it out. We'll get the hydro sold out again.
Would you fight him at the hydro?
Aye, 100%. You know what I mean? And
Laura's moved in with you. She's now living with you and your man Anderson to bed, isn't she?
aye, she'll be there. She'll be there.
How's things going?
Good, Simon. She's enjoying it. Simon, I don't know what I can say or not say here. So obviously with the fight coming up, but
We'll be checking your arse for love bites Monday after
Aye.
Valentine's Day Sunday.
Simon, but I'm back to the fight again with Jack Fincham. It certainly will be a sold out arena at the Hydro again. We'll sell it out once again.
I don't even think he'll turn up, mate.
Nah, you shit out, innit?
Aye, he will.
Because you're looking to get back into gang fighting that as well, aren't you?
I used to be a big one, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it all goes.
What about you, Valentine? What do you get the woman who's got everything to, eh?
Aye,
Tough
no,
for you,
exactly,
mate.
mate. You've got me. She's got Slaney's a mate. She loves you, didn't she?
Yeah, you're tight in there.
I don't know if
I
Valentine's.
think you're a romantic, so I think you go big.
Aye.
No, I mean, I think I go big.
She moans at me all the time saying I don't make an effort, but I try all the time.
I seen your Harry Potter thing, that was good.
Exactly. It was tremendous. What else can you do in lockdown? Know what I mean?
Correct. Right, we've got even more exciting news. There's a new poddy, McCall. New poddy.
aye.
Your poddy.
It's an English podcast. It's how the other half live, coming from a Scottish perspective. So we're basically just going to slaughter everyone in English.
I feel it's needed, innit?
It is needed, mate, 'cause everyone's too nice down there.
Too nice, too serious. I think
Build
they're
it
better
up.
out there, so I think we just need to maybe clamp them down, yeah.
Exactly.
They slaughter us saying that when they fucking, there's a farmers league up here that's shite, but see when you watch that shit on the fucking TV every Sunday night, I swear to God.
Let's get rugby in a wee 2 minutes, I know. So the rugby boys who went down there,
Aye.
they were obviously trying to get wide again.
Aye,
Had
sorted
the
in
William
it.
Wallace tunes and before the game and just
Gave him a
showed them
dinner,
a place.
didn't they?
Scotland fucking absolutely battered them, by the way. Battered them.
Rugby shite. Let's move on.
Shite, I'm not talking about rugby, I refuse. It's going to be on a Wednesday. It'll be audio only, so you can listen to it, and it'll be, if you subscribe to Open Goal, you'll get notified when it comes out.
Yeah,
So
tremendous.
exciting times. Paul, any word on the new poddy?
I want the Jack Fincham hang out. Shouldn't have said that. Don't want that in.
He's in with some naughty boys, I think, isn't he?
Aye, yeah, with Josh Taylor, isn't he? Don't want that going out. No, I think this podcast, just Andy says, down there, they've got an arrogance. They think they're better than what they are, and it's time they get put in a place, and we'll do that. So,
What about Jack Fincham?
He's a big Hammer, isn't he? Big West Ham fan. So.
is he?
Uh-huh.
Slap him and Danny Dyer about.
Did you watch your Super Bowl last night?
I watched
You
the
and
first
Polster
half.
on the FaceTime.
Mate, what about the cheating? Embarrassing.
Aye, disgrace.
What, the ref
And
cheated?
diving in that, aye. Joke.
Can you dive in?
Aye. Shite.
Can you dive in that? Can you?
Aye, mate, embarrassing, eh? I walked out at half time, see a lot of shite. I mean, honestly, I've not watched
I usually try and watch it, but it's too late, man. So I watched the first half and then wanted to go with the half-time show, but last like 40 minutes or something. So I ended up just patching it and going to sleep.
It was crap.
Right, proper football.
How was your, sorry, Si, how was your game on Friday?
Good, mate.
How was it?
It's alright.
In Somerset.
How was it like?
Half my Barnett's still in there, but it was the windiest game of football of all
What
time.
was it like?
They were after, yeah. A few naughty tackles on, yeah.
He Andy Murdoch, because you took his career at Rangers, didn't it? That's what he was raging about. You took his career
Mate,
at Rangers.
I've made 5 tackles this season. I've been booked for every one of them. See the booking?
Aye,
Let's get Bobby Madden back on. We should get Bobby Madden, right, to review.
Like what Dermot Gallagher does.
That'd be brilliant.
Review tackles, review sending offs and give his opinion on it.
Get him in a seat and just wheel him in. I mean, push him in when he needs to.
Bobby
Push him
Madden's
back
just
out.
as bad as the rest of them, man. How's he going to review any?
No, Bobby's a man. Right, Rangers, Andy, we'll ask you first. In fact, now we'll start in Hamilton because I think they done really well.
Mate,
So,
you
I need to apologise.
You took the words
as well.
out my mouth.
I tipped him to go down last week. I feel
When are we
terrible.
going to stop this?
I know.
When are we going to stop this?
Mate, how did they do it though, right? They get scalped and then...
Because they only start trying towards the end of the season because they're never so good at it. So
You see when they go 2-1, they get beat 2-1 with 10 minutes to go for Ross County, right? You think, right, playing Rangers next week, their confidence must be shot. But they didn't even give a fuck, man. They just go and always produce results, didn't they?
Rangers beat them 8-0 at Ibrox the last time they played. But see, generally, right, I was going to say that because everything we should be talking about should be giving them credit. Should have won the game.
Shot you didn't know what to say bad about Rangers.
No, listen, Rangers were poor. Rangers know they were poor. But I don't think anybody's going to get too carried away. They're still 21 points at the top of the table or whatever it is and still quite in a comfortable position. But Hamilton were superb, genuinely. I was surprised at the way they played as well. Chipper's
Pressing
a
them high
man.
up the pitch.
Pressing them high up the pitch. I've said this for the start as well. The reason I like Brian Rice is because even though he's got a lower end of the table job, I think he's got the lowest budget in the league.
Yeah, by me.
He's had a style of play since
he?
the
Aye.
day he walked in the door. And I was very impressed with the way they played. If it wasn't for Griggsy, it generally could have been 3 or 4. And then Griggsy's interview after the game as well, I thought that was brilliant. Because it was just...
Will any players be annoyed at that?
No,
How can you get
No, because we all know he's got
Flooded
Tourette's.
with modern
We all
day.
know he's got Tourette's anyway. When he's on the pitch, when he's off the pitch. But his interview was spot on because they just look complacent. Didn't they look? I think they've been out of form, to be honest, for about 3-4 weeks. I think bar I think it was the Ross County game at home. But Hamilton deserve probably more than what they got.
No, same team without Morelos or Davis.
Nah.
You need the 2 big players.
Or Roof.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I seen the big boy Zungu and a couple of the changes take a lot of stick. Rangers have made changes basically every game this year and they've always came in and done well. But if you take Jacko and Devo at the team when they're straight away when they came on, they made
Jack
a
was
difference.
good, wasn't he?
Devo makes the pass for the goal and I actually thought Scott Wright done well when he came on as well.
Yeah,
Looks good in tight areas, mate,
Aye.
didn't he?
he is a
Coming
good player. He'd be a good
I
addition.
thought he done well when he came on, so...
Slaying a bit of praise for your big mate Chipper. If he keeps him up, you should get free food in every Chipper in Hamilton.
Absolutely.
What do you think his order would be? In a Chipper? He's a mock chopper or something, isn't he?
King rib supper.
King rib or
King
something.
rib,
Fritter
stinking,
supper.
pure stinking, innit? Crazy, you know that.
He's dripping down his chin.
Aye. No, listen, brilliant for Hamilton. The boy, the young boy Callahan that scored the winner.
Young boy, he's about 28, but
Young boy, aye.
young boy Callahan.
What a career he's going to have. Him and Jamie Murphy. Him and Jamie Murphy, they'll have a great careers there too. No, listen, superb. And but I'm going to say to you here, you asked me last week who'll go down. Ask me again.
Who'll go down? Come on, Nick.
Ross County.
Starting to think you're right as well.
I was about to say Kilmarnock last night.
And then Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright came in the door. So I think
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire, aye. Mrs. Doubtfire. But honestly, I think Ross County are in real danger. We're going to go into them. But with Hamilton yesterday, is it too late for Hamilton? And is it too late at the top of the table? The drop points.
What do you think?
All right. Kev, again, Hamilton. Loved it. Press Rangers high. Know a lot of teams do it. I think Celtic done it at Ibrox. Done well against it. Should more teams follow Hamilton? So it went 2 up front as well.
Sometimes
Very good. I think it's 3-5-2 they played, wasn't it?
Aye, sometimes I think the Rangers, like, you can say that they have been in a bit of a dip in form, but losing your two main strikers doesn't help any situation, because they're your right balls. That's what gets you up the park. If you ain't got that and it keeps coming back all the time, it becomes difficult. But for me, Rangers, they put themselves in a position where they can afford performances like that. I know it's no great. Griggs is obviously going half his head with it. The manager's not happy, but they put themselves in a position that they can afford it. If this was nip and tuck come the end of the season where there's only 3-4 points in the two teams, it becomes a problem. But Rangers are that far ahead that I wouldn't be worrying about it. Hamilton, on the other hand, they've just got to try and keep in touch with the teams above them, so that when it comes to the split and they play the 5 teams that are round about them, that's when they come alive. And I think that it's going to be an interesting end of the season, because I know Slaney's just had a guess at who would go down. It's one of 4 teams that potentially could go down.
Who's your 3 or 4? I think it's 3 now. County, Hamilton, Kilmarnock.
Motherwell, do you think?
Motherwell, do you think so?
I count
Do you think
it.
Motherwell could go down?
No, I think it's not that I think they could go down. I just think that football, you play the game, you think that once you get in a rut and you kind of get that 3 points, they've had a lift from the new manager coming in, and obviously they've lost at the weekend at Celtic and unlucky. If they go again next week and lose again, and say Ross County, Hamilton win, it then just closes the gap, and you think that they're in there. You just don't know. Teams are invisible not to go down, but I think that the Ross County, Kilmarnock, for me, that's my worry. Former club.
I ain't counting in trouble. And I don't like to say
You said to me last week they would be fine.
Listen, they're my second favourite team in the world.
Yeah, in the world.
Aye. John Hughes is my favourite manager in the world.
Who's your first Hearts?
Aye, Hearts.
Uh-huh.
But I think they're in trouble. I thought after they beat Hamilton last week, but Dundee United, they won in 8 for yesterday.
I know, but see, chances. I think Ross County did the better of the game. They take a terrible corner, Dundee United go up the pitch and score, but I get what you're saying.
Thing is,
got to take your chances in the games when you're on top.
We all know what happens when Hamilton, get in this dogfight.
I used to
can't beat them, mate.
Have you played that? You've played at Aki's. I hated playing there, did you?
No, really, no.
So windy.
So windy.
I probably get about 4 or 5 above. There's a few places I hate playing, but that's not one of them. I hate playing at both.
Sainsbury's behind you. Morrison. I was
played
having a
there
shock.
on the-
Used to
on
think
the-
I'm going to be working in there soon.
How hard's that, bro? How hard's that, bro?
Smiling, mate.
Honestly, see, every time, like, my dad will phone me before games and that, we just talk about the game the next day, and he asks about other games in our league, and then all my mates are saying, oh, would you out for these? I said, never count Arbroath out at home. Their record at home is ridiculous. Even Ayr were unbeaten at home before we played them at the weekend, and some of these places are just hard to go.
What were you going to say, Kev?
Hamilton, I think I opened up that stadium for Sunderland many years ago.
Did you?
First ever game there, aye.
Why did they pick Sunderland?
I don't know. I think we were up doing a pre-season tour and they just picked us, but it's not the worst place to play, but it's certainly not the best.
I think they put a new Astro doing that's much better than the old one.
I'm very, very anti-Astro, but we played Ray for a couple of
Race
weeks
is
ago.
alright,
Their
innit?
Astro was very decent.
Livingston's looks all right in the telly. Is it as good as it looks? No.
Livingston's isn't good. I didn't enjoy
Maybe
playing
something wrong with my fucking TV then, like you get the colour checked.
What did you think of Rangers' performance, Paul? Good to get your take on it.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. No, I've been
What's that you've got, bro?
wee bit of snus, Simon, Swedish snus.
Settle nerves.
Just to relax myself. I feel a bit early place today for the violent attack for him. And I don't like it, Simon, because he knows I'm his boss. Do you know what I mean?
Look at his message today to me. I hear you're delivering a parcel next door to my house.
Did you pick it up?
Picked him up, aye.
Here, Simon, he came running to me. Not at all, listen, I'm his boss and I can sack him when I want, so I'll do it. So that's why, Simon, you're
Right, Rangers
Sorry,
You're right,
no,
Paul.
listen. When you're winning, Simon, forget performances. it goes with the W. That's what matters, the win. And when you're winning, forget all about that. As soon as you drop points, we let them away with the Motherwell one. That ain't good enough yesterday. As you said, when Morelos is out, they're not the same team. And that is worrying for Steven Gerrard.
Hates talking about Rangers, don't you, Paul?
Pour that out of your head. Pour that bottle of water out of your head.
Thanks, Simon.
I think you need to.
I think they're
So
very.
are you finishing there, or has that you done?
Straightened it.
Right, great
Do you know, I
analysis.
think they're very lucky that they're avoiding Diageo next week before
Exactly.
the
Who have we got? Kelly? It's a new manager.
aye.
No, do you
Kelly.
know what side? Do you know what the pause there was? I was thinking the game Celtic slipped up. If Celtic had won games they were expected to win, this could have been a complete different story than now. And that's the frustrating part. I don't know.
See what you're saying about the rotation. Do you think he'll stop that now?
Nah. I think he'll continue to do it, especially with Europa League
See,
coming
if
up.
like Morelos isn't playing, is it not really important that Davis and Jack do play?
Aye, but I thought Davis was an absolute certainty not to play yesterday because I think he's played something like. I think it was something like 9 starts in a row. I actually thought at the weekend there he would probably get rested, but ended up going with Glenn Kamara. Probably just to give Dave a rest was its Astro because 36 played a lot of football this year. Obviously down to Ryan Jack and Scott Arfield getting injuries as well. But I wasn't surprised at all to see him. But see, to be honest with you, the team Rangers still had it. Still expecting them to go and win the game.
Yeah.
And
Eaton done alright in terms of linking up. I thought his link-up play was no bad. Eaton, no?
I don't think he's Rangers class.
Do you know that?
No, I don't think he's Rangers class, that guy. I think it might be no bad as a sub and coming in new and again, but for the future if Rangers want to progress and win numerous leagues, I don't think he's the man that will lead the line.
Did you go back, Kev?
I didn't see too much of the game yesterday. Was Defoe on the bench or did he? Who?
Riff was on the bench because
Where was
Why was
Defoe?
I don't know why Defoe wasn't on the bench. Was he on the bench now?
I don't think he was.
What was Roof no starting for?
He's going to be suspended. He looks like he's going to be
Aye.
suspended for 2 or 3
Probably
games.
missing a couple of games. Isn't he?
Right.
So although Rangers they obviously got a few headaches up front and stuff, do you think he minimised who he was playing because of the Europa League coming up?
I'm not sure. I mean, they still.
To me, they still have enough quality to win the game.
Aye.
They just didn't perform particularly well. And sometimes when you go to Hamilton, and from my own experiences, if you go there and start well and score early, you can go on and win 3-4 and be comfortable. See, if you don't, the longer the game drags out on that Astro, the lack of atmosphere, the way the stadium is, it can become a difficult place. Hamilton are used to doing that week in, week out there because that's their home ground, whereas when teams go there, it isn't the easiest place to go and play.
I think as well, they're never going to accept dropping points in certain games, but I think it was just a manner of the
Aye,
way they
because of
dropped
the last
points, 'cause
minute one.
Hamilton deserved to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even off the basis of the chances in the second half alone, they could have scored 3 or 4. And if they didn't have obviously
Bruce
big things in
Broadwater
goal
up front done well, didn't he, with Brucey Anderson? And I need to get a shout. I thought Jamie Hamilton at the back. He looks
Aye.
like he's got a bit. Remember there was a season he just fucking loved getting sent off. Get sent off about 5 times in a row.
Aye.
Love that as well for him.
Was that not last year?
I think it was
Was that
last year.
aye.
Just kept bloating him.
He's a young boy with a good future, isn't he?
Yeah. What was it like being a young boy with a big future?
Aye, I know, honestly.
You need to know
I'd
about it.
love to know this.
Please, I didn't need to do that.
No, but just the pressure and the scrutiny you were under and the way you just
was
rose
a lot.
above it.
It was a lot. And I fucking answer this. I'm actually...
It
It was a lot. I say it every week. No, but obviously, it was a lot of pressure and I dealt with it so well, but at the end, it got too much. You know what I mean? And I had a massive blowout. Look, here, I'm getting forced into saying things I don't want to say.
Right, talking of massive pressure, Derek McInnes again. Some described it as a must-win from. Where does this leave him and Aberdeen now, Kevin?
Right,
But wait,
Simon.
before you start, right, because I need to ask, because Aberdeen fans slaughter us because we always say, what do they want? So, a very passionate Aberdeen fan messaged us. I want to read it out.
Oh,
These
right,
points. Uh-huh.
Aye.
We need to get them their say, don't we?
React to it, aye.
Right, so here you go. Si, a couple of things for your show this week if you're going to do something on McInnes instead of what do Aberdeen fans expect, as you say every week. Okay. Big regression setting in, points tally falling year on year for the last 3, along with the football getting worse. Exactly a year ago, we went through a club record without scoring. We are heading for that again, absolutely no invention. He gave the players a challenge a month ago of winning the next 5. We'd rattle off that off, no bother in years gone past. Since he said it, we've drawn 2, lost 2, and haven't scored a goal. Players have chucked it. We don't finish third every year, as you say. We finished 4th behind Kelly and Motherwell. Only got Europe through Celtic's dominance. We don't get the cup finals anymore. We get packed out in the last 16 of the League Cup 2 years in a row. 3 players he spent almost 750 grand on, May, Forrester and Ojo, all released before the end of their contracts. No strikers under contract in the summer, and 6 defenders out. He cannot be trusted with another rebuild.
He's done his homework there, hasn't he?
Derek McInnes has got to go. Nah, listen, so I just feel like sometimes you don't know what you've got till it's gone. And Derek McInnes has been successful at Aberdeen for a number of years. And the fact of the matter is, they're still in a good position to get third. And if you finish third for Aberdeen, you've done a good job.
There's nothing more you can. You made a good point there, Andy. The devil you wish for. Remember, I think Ipswich a few years.
When did you say that? The devil you wish for?
No, remember as you said that. Ipswich time for a few years wanted Mick McCarthy every season.
Yeah.
Get him out. Fan pressure. Chairman Bowty got him out. What happened? They got relegated. Where are they now? In League One, mid-table, struggling. So sometimes you've got to be careful of what you wish for.
Stoke with Tony Pulis. They've not been seen again.
Yeah, exactly. You'd rather be in the Championship.
Well, that's true. But
Relegated.
that guy, I think, sent me that same message. Sorry, I couldn't be reading it, but thanks for reading it out. But he's got a point. But like Andy says, they've got a game in hand where they could go 2 points behind Hibs. The last 8 games since the turn of the year, I think they've drawn 3, won 1 and lost 4. So their form hasn't been great. So had their form been all right, they could have been sitting third, way ahead of Hibs. But they're not. They're not. So we've got to look at them, and we keep saying about McInnes, and we're seeing it from a footballer's point of view, possibly, and maybe not from a fan's point of view. And it's different. We just think that he's doing a good job because of where they are finishing. But I don't know. I just think
but what I would say for
who's coming in? Who's coming into Aberdeen to do a better job?
Who would do a good job at Aberdeen?
Steve Robinson.
Steve Robinson, Jim Goodwin would be in there for me. I think Jim Goodwin's a right
Jim
good
Goodwin.
It must be so hard for a manager to literally lose your best 2-3 players every year.
It's not like Celtic and Rangers,
year.
Andy, where you lose a player, you bring another one in.
And it does seem as if Aberdeen are struggling financially, probably more than any other club in the league. They turned in a £7 million bid for Scott McKenna, was it a year, 2 years ago, and they ended up selling him for £2.5, £3 million. So, as a manager, it must be so hard to try and scrape the barrel to replace somebody that scores 30 goals a season. A Kenny McLean.
I agree.
Off the top of my head, I can't really
Scott
remember.
McKenna,
Scott
who's-
McKenna.
So that's what they've lost McKenna, Cosgrove, Wright,
Jack.
and then they've lost the boy Hedges.
They lost Hayes as well when he went
Hedges,
to Celtic.
who is out for the season. So it's difficult. And then when he's signing players, so he signed, what do you call him, Stevie May, right? So by all accounts, Stevie May's career before he went to Aberdeen, all right. Scored goals in the Premier League beforehand. Went down south, didn't quite work out, came back up. Aberdeen fans were happy with the signing. It just didn't work out. Sometimes the players don't help the manager. And I think Derek McInnes is in that middle bit where he's signed some decent players and he's sold some players for more money, but some haven't worked out. And the restraints and budgets at Aberdeen, because Aberdeen were always renowned for being that third club that paid more than other teams. I don't think they do.
Here's a question for you. This is for fans. This guy who's talking about good football, right? Name me a manager in Scotland that plays great football.
Brian Rice.
Seriously,
John
name
Hughes.
John Hughes is maybe one that actually wants to go. Who else? See if you want who you want in to come and play great football at Aberdeen.
Because at the end of the day,
it's about winning.
It's a result-driven business, but
See, in the SPL, it's hard to
there's
play
just
good
certain
football.
and there's certain games like I read that an Aberdeen fan was complaining about their record against the Old Firm over the last sort of 2-3 years. Are you expecting to go and play Rangers and Celtic who have got a 10 times higher budget and pass them off the park and get a result? It's not going to happen. You need to try and do everything you can to get the win. I can understand if they're frustrated with the form that they're in and the performances that they're putting up within it, but an 8-year CV or whatever it is that Derek McInnes has got Aberdeen surely allows them more time. It surely allows them to the end of the season to see where they finish, where they end up.
Definitely get to the end of the season.
Maybe even a transfer window, see how they start the next season. I think
they've played the best football under at the start of the season. But when you used to play Aberdeen, it was very much 4-3-3, hit a striker and they would run off him. But Hedges and Wright, two that come in the pockets, they actually try to play through the lines this year. But then they get injuries and suspensions.
That's what I was going to say. We're talking about him losing his best players through transfers. Losing players through injuries this season as well. Scott Wright just leaving and Hedges being out for the season. That's probably their two most creative players. So it's probably no coincidence why they're
if Aberdeen were playing the football they want them to play, Derek McInnes wouldn't be at Aberdeen.
Yeah.
So, like you say, Simon, like what other teams play great football? There isn't many. Scottish football's tough.
Yeah.
You don't get that minute to play nice passes. Celtic and Rangers play lovely football sometimes, but when they get into the final third as well, it becomes boring sometimes to watch because they can't break teams down. So I don't know what the balance is, what they're expecting. I just think that better the devil they know. If they sat McGINN at the end of the season or now and get somebody in and they end up going the other way, what do they want then?
What have you been Satan worshipping all week? That's about 3 mentions of
I'm a
devils.
bit fucking scared.
Fuck knows, mate. I'm just...
Horny devil. It's because Valentine's Day. He's a horny devil.
Horny devil. But no, it's a difficult one because we don't watch Aberdeen every week. We watch the odd game where they're on the TV live or highlights reel. These guys are probably subscribing to every game every week and seeing more of it, and I don't know.
But even again, they had a good partnership with Ferguson and McCrory in midfield. They were doing really well. And then somebody for defence gets injured, so McCrory then needs to go play defence, and that breaks that kind of partnership.
Did that guy... Sorry, Kevin.
Sorry, on you go, Paul.
Did that guy say...
Are you alright with him calling you Paul? You want?
Man, we'll keep it that then now.
Right.
Did that guy mention who wants his manager?
No.
Of course he never. Because it ain't nobody out there. Alright? We've seen Hearts, who's a massive club. We've seen Hibs, who's a massive club.
Great point.
Up and down like my man da, Simon, you know what I mean? So, they're up doing the league all the time. Aberdeen stay consistent every year. Either in a bad run of form, it happens. Do you know what I mean? So, you're alright, open your big mouth. Tell us who you want, and that's what they always do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a great point.
Great
Paul.
point, Paul. Great point. That's why you were quiet.
Lewis Ferguson, was it a red card? Was it a penalty?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you think so?
Aye.
I think it's soft, but probably is a penalty because
It is in the modern rules, Simon.
I know, I agree with it. In the rule book, it's a penalty,
Aye.
but dearie me, man.
He doesn't need to.
Jamie Murphy's kicked the ball. He's done that wee boy's curly toe at the pitch.
Doesn't need to block him. Try and block him. Just go past. Like I don't know.
you need to try and get tight enough.
By the way, that
stop the
message on
cross.
Instagram was for Derek Ferguson, so.
Oh, okay, baby. He was angry the other day, wasn't he, man? He was angry the other day.
We said Hedges out for the season, big miss. But credit again to Hibs. They look like they're finding their feet, 4 wins in a row, I think it is, with Thuot, Nisbet and Porteous. Big decision for Jack Ross to keep him at the team.
Can I just say as well, I feel a lot of the credit for this is down to Mr. Slane. Because
Saying about the
it
teasing
said
and
from the
that.
get-go, Jack Ross is the main man and
Best manager in the league.
Best manager in the world.
John
Who was the
Hughes.
best? Oh, Tommy Wright was the best manager in the world, sorry, him.
Yeah. So, honestly, the job that Jack Ross had
So
done.
is Jack Ross still the best manager in the league now that Tommy Wright's back in the league?
No.
Tommy Wright.
It's got to be Thomas Wright, innit?
Tommy.
No, but we Jack Ross, I'll tell you why. The signings signed
make good
very
signings.
well.
Yeah.
And that's it, he's got an eye for a player, the man. So that's why they'll finish comfortable in third place.
Wow.
it's a big shout.
Well, this is what I want to ask you, Kev. I'll ask you first. Nisbet and Porteous haven't played the last 4. They've won 4. But if you want them to get moves and your club needs money in the summer, do you put them back in or do you leave them on the bench? Are you? No,
I
but you keep one of the boys that are winning.
I think the teams that I think they'll still attract interest in the summer. The problem is if they're not playing week in, week out to the summer,
Do you get the same amount of money?
the value then changes. So, can I disagree with the two boys try to get a move because they've got to think of their careers and their futures, families and things like that. I don't see why not. But Hibs are doing well. I don't very often praise Hibs because shit, I played for Hearts. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's difficult to praise teams, but they are doing well. Jack Ross has got a consistency, and they're a bit like Rangers, where they take players out and the players that come in and do the same job. Martin Boyle was great at the weekend. I did feel that the Aberdeen defence on Saturday was fucking shocking. I thought some of their decision making and positioning was all over the place. It made it easier for Hibs to get in behind, but they've went and won the game comfortably at home 2-0. Could have been more, some good chances, but Hibs are there because their results have got them there.
Good to see Boyle back in it.
Aye. I feel as if
No, Martin.
I just put his eyes
I've got
popping
one
there.
as well, mate. I've got about 3.
I feel as if Jack Ross's his biggest improvement he's made on Hibs is definitely out of possession. You look at their team, they've got legs all over the pitch. I always felt when you play Hibs, as they were so dangerous going forward, but you could get at them and you could dominate certain areas of the pitch. But now you look, Chris Gardnick's a good signing, done really well at Motherwell, up and down the line all the time. Josh Doig, the young boy's the same, and Josh Doig.
Like him, Doig.
Aye, Jackson Irvine, Gogic, all legs in the middle of the pitch. Obviously, you've got Martin Boyle, who's just an absolute speed train up front. So I think I said last week, I feel as if the SPL's better this year. I think a lot of teams have improved, and I think Hibs are probably the main one.
Darren McGregor needs a lot of credit. Came in and he
experience.
doesn't want to play football, Dan McGregor, but Porteous and Hanlon do, but he wants to defend. And you see the difference.
I played against him. He's
a tough boy.
He's not the tallest.
No,
but I tell you what,
but
he's
he's like a
fucking
fucking
strong
wardrobe
as
man,
an
isn't he?
ox. Aye, I was going to say something about I better know. But no, very, very strong. And obviously he's been out of the team for a while, but he's came in and he's took the opportunity to make the position his, and it's hard to drop him. Good experience, and like you say, Si, he's a defender who
enjoys
defends.
defending, yeah.
Aye, doesn't try and get in fancy. Just gets it away, clears the lines, gets the team up the park. That's what you ask for.
I think he'd be the best fighter in the league.
Oh, easy Dan McGregor.
I think so.
He could punch fucking boys.
Who's up there with him?
Best fighters in the league. Oh,
He's number one, but I'm not sure about.
that's a great question by then.
Yes.
I don't.
Do you know who he's mates with? Do you know who he's mates with? Dougie Hill, who plays with Brecon, who's the best fighter in the world.
Is he?
Oh my God, mate.
Is he,
Scary
aye?
bastard.
So him v
Plays with
Dougie.
Fairgate Kelly.
Him v Dougie.
Well, they two are the good pals, so
But maybe we get have a wee fight.
a wee fight, that'd be brilliant, man. Who else do you think would be quite hard?
Who's in the Premier League? It's tough.
It's a good
I
question.
think Big Declan Gallagher must be hard. No,
You didn't want to see that thing hard that he's got.
Wow, what a size.
he must be tough.
Who else would be quite tough? Callum Davison.
Nah.
I'd love to get him.
Tommy Wright, now he's back.
Tommy Wright, I think he could go.
I reckon he could go now.
Davy Martindale.
Oh, Davy Martindale.
Davy Martindale could go.
Definitely. It's a good question, isn't it? Mark Bartley's meant to be a bit handy. I think he's into his boxing, isn't it?
What about the big boy up front for Levy? The Jet?
Jim Jeffries, he'd be hard. Jim Jeffries would be the hardest.
Couldn't
He's
he box
constantly
eggs?
hardest. Right, we're going to go. That's a good thing, because we're going to go on. Great how you've done that. Kilmarnock, Tommy Wright's agreed to be the new manager. The Jet didn't want it.
No,
Because they wouldn't let him put his Insta up on the story. So.
Joe.
That's a disgrace with Kilmarnock.
The Jet's got a good thing at the Jambos, mate. He's staying put.
He's asking what a good filter is to use on his pictures. Any advice for him?
I've got plenty I could help him with. Did he get offered the job, the Jet?
No.
No.
But it's Tommy Wright a good appointment? Who's wanting to go?
Unbelievable.
All right, on you go.
Sorry, Simon, the reason I say that, the biggest thing in my life I've been taught for a young boy is the word D, discipline. And Tommy Wright,
What for? Who taught you that?
I loved it, getting disciplined. No, I do. It's important in life. And certainly with Tommy Wright, that's what that guy is. He brings a lot of discipline. And here's the most thing you'll notice. Doesn't matter if you're attacking manager or defensive manager. See if you've got discipline, nobody's going to step out of line. So they do what you tell them.
Is that it?
That's it.
Aye, fair point.
Right, I think it's a good appointment, right? Everyone's going daft for it, but Kilmarnock can't score goals. Is Tommy Wright the kind of manager that's going to get that out of them?
No, but they're not hard to beat either. And that's what Steve Clark made Kilmarnock finish third and made them do so well. And that's what now Steve Clark's doing with Scotland. So one thing I will say about Tommy Wright was he'll make them harder to beat. Because right now, Kelly, they don't look anything like the team that they've been for the last 2 or 3 years. They're talking about hard places to go, going to Rugby Park. I can't remember. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've dropped points at Rugby Park. You batter them for 89 minutes, they have 2 chances and score 2 goals.
If you can't score goals, we'll sign. You need to stop goals leaking. And if Tommy Wright can do that, that gives them a foundation to try and build and try and score goals. But
you just look, who's going to score goals for Kilmarnock for the end of the season?
That's why I couldn't understand why they let Brophy go. Why not just give him a wee extra few quid to see at the end of the season?
Is Kimbamba still injured?
Isn't it? He was the boy Oakley's been playing. Bamba was on the bench.
I thought Kimbamba looked good at the start of the season as well.
He did, to be fair.
He's like
Last
Firmino,
fella
from
there.
he hates scoring, didn't he?
Aye.
He started off not bad though.
Yeah.
Scored a few goals.
He can't even get players in now, can he, Tom?
I worry
Here's
for
another thing for
Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock, right?
I
See,
know.
they were to sack Alex Dyer 2 weeks ago. Why is Tommy Wright not ready to go in straight away so that he can get a week or 2 in the transfer, bring some players in and give him the
Is
best
that
possible
due to an
chance?
inexperience in the backroom staff, like obviously James Fowler?
I know, but
He's only a
chairman-
youngish
do you know what I mean?
director of football. Is that maybe an inexperienced thing? I don't know, but
Kilmarnock have flung 6 points away. No appointing a manager
Aye.
as soon as Alex Dyer's came in.
similar to like the Hearts situation when they got rid of Levine and they persevered with McPhee and then they took forever to get Stendhal. They probably lost more points in that period and that ultimately cost them. This could end up costing Kilmarnock a place in the Premier League because it's going to be difficult because seeing you're in a rut down the bottom, you can't find a win.
And they Finlay and Broadfoot still injured, eh?
Are they?
When's Finlay back?
I don't know. You said he's got Arts still.
Is it?
Aye.
That's good to know, Chairman.
Happy with that signing?
Aye, solid. He's
Big
got a
Stuart.
Scotland cap, hasn't he? Big Finlay, aye. So, aye.
How's
take
Cheesy?
him all day. Big Cheesy. Top man Cheesy. Still watching the show all the
What's
time.
his name?
Ross Hamilton. How many times you got to ask me?
Just in case you forget. What was it like being a young boy with that pressure on you?
I can't do this, lads. This is came for you. You've set this up.
By the way, his name's Ross Stewart. I thought you were going to bite back at that, but now he's going to think.
His
His name's Ross Stewart. No, his name's Ross Stewart.
What did you say
I
first?
told you last time it was Ross Stewart, Ross Hamilton. But I thought you were going to bite back and say something to me.
He didn't have know his name.
I know.
I know. So
That's poor for you.
You've done me. I know. You've done us. Right, Kev. On to Celtic. Hatem El Hamed is heading back to Israel. Did you feel it was the player's time at the club was up? Sorry.
He's never really got going, has he? He's never really been in the team long enough.
Good player in there as well,
Aye, he's never been in the team long enough consistently to really have a look at him and think, he's the solution to right back. He clearly hasn't settled in Scotland. And that's obviously doing a number of things. It's never easy moving away from family, but during this COVID pandemic thing, it's obviously been extra difficult because you can't even get to visit and see other people. So I think he's heading back because he's going to get the vaccine quicker over in Israel. I think that's the reason why he's
I always thought it was quite soft.
Too many wee niggles, Simon. It kept the man out.
Part of a piece, Paul would say.
I think he does fall into that category. But listen, time to move on. You know what I mean? You don't want to be there, out you go. Homesick, I understand it, of course you do. But you ain't it. Tiddlywink, Simon. You're the biggest club in the world.
Oh.
So...
See on that settling in, right? Have you ever had somebody come to your club that settles quicker than snow, just cut balls in straight away and takes over?
That's a very good question.
Do you know who's like that? Jim O'Brien, mate.
Oh my God. Guitar up the back of the bus. Mate,
He's
Colin boys out and that have been there for years.
Shank. First day in training, mate. He called, honestly.
I've heard the story about the boy, he played in the lower leagues a bit. Fotheringham?
Oh, Mark Fotheringham.
I've heard he was like that.
He was like that.
Like, anytime we would go to a club, he'd just start slaughtering boys that have been there for years' experience.
Have you not heard my story about Swindon?
No?
I came in for training at Swindon, the chairman's like, the kit man came through and he's like, the chairman's want to see you. And I was thinking, what the fuck have I done at the weekend, innit? We'll go up to the chairman's office, there's the bald Fozzie, mate, standing with his agent, Raymond Sparks it was, and our chairman, and Fozzie like, fucking tell him. And I'm like that. Tell him what he's like. Tell him how many times he'll give the ball away this season.
No way.
Swear. And I was like that. And I went, he doesn't, he's good at keeping the ball. I'll fucking no give the ball away once. Me and him will run the show on this thing.
I've heard he's like that. I've heard he's
He was calling,
I can't think
calling the
of it.
Canio Paolo, we all called him Gaffer. He's like, Paolo.
Wow.
He's not
First
still
day.
playing, is he? He's, like 40 or something now?
He's older, but what a guy Fozzie as well. So confident in himself.
I can't think of one that...
Jim O'Brien, mate, see when we had Janino at Celtic, World Cup winner. And Janino would get the ball in the centre mid and Jim would be on the right wing shouting, Nino! Fucking Nino!
Mate.
We Janino, who the fuck is that?
Mate, he was ruthless, wasn't he, man?
Oh, he's ruthless, Jim. Anyone else?
Were you ruthless with players?
Aye.
Just if they're not your level?
Not my level.
Aye.
Treat them different.
What, even when you went into a new club? No, when you went to Celtic?
No. We've all said that. So when you go to a new club, your first day is the most important, innit? Like,
Yeah.
you could, if they see you're shite,
Fuck it. Don't want to talk about mine then.
Oh, you...
I had the biggest beast of all time the first day.
You always do,
Who was that for
No,
Rangers?
mate, this was next level.
you?
Man.
Was that Hearts, wasn't it?
Aye.
did you think that could have been the end of your Hearts career on that day?
Mate, it got to the point I was just laughing at myself, to be honest with you.
That's a good way of doing it,
Just
innit?
couldn't keep the ball once in the box.
What
when it
about
came to
Rangers?
games.
What was your first day like? Do you remember?
When Gerrard came in,
It was alright, to be honest, aye.
Uh-huh.
Aye. No, it was quite good.
Somebody told me you were fucking weren't shy at all.
I know, but when I went
Were you not
to
bad,
when I went to Hearts, I was definitely no shy, and when I went to Kilmarnock, 100% took over the place after 2 days, and then
What did you do?
I just
Game
fucking
boys.
rolled in and just
Unijet walked in.
no, I just fucking rolled in and just I don't know, I just fucking thought I was better than everybody. Maybe possibly wasn't, and I know I wasn't, but I just made people think that I was confident. And the reason I did it was because when I was at Coventry, I went on loan to Wolves, and my first day at Wolves, the Friday training, the yellow jersey. The first player I got the fucking yellow jersey the first day I looked on my 6-month loan at Wolves, and they were thinking, what the fuck have we signed here? So I just said for that day, just bowl in and be confident as fuck at the next clubs you go to, and that's what I did.
I had Chris,
Your
Chris
teeth still
Sutton.
got the yellow jerseys on.
I had Chris Sutton was like that.
Oh,
And
he
Chris
ruthless
Sutton
as
was
well,
like-
mate, huh?
He was
Funny
ruthless
stuff.
with like loads of young boys in it as well, and just used to pound them all the time.
Funny.
Would he do it in banter, but
Nah, always banter. He was good. So was there no story that you got done filming on trial or something? Your first day, boys were running and you were standing slotting everything else.
No, I wasn't slaughtering. We were doing that. Went into train to try and get fit, and we did this fucking like 6 laps of this training ground of
Was it Jet?
Jet and Billy. And I was running, I was like, fucking hell, man, I can't do this, I'm absolutely fucked. So I just stopped, and Billy came round to try and get me going. Billy's like, come on, we'll catch up. I says, nah, fuck that, Billy, I'll just go and stand with the gaffer. And I just stood with Jim and we're just saying, he's not very good in fucking, where did you get him to? So that was it. And then, I wasn't slaughtering, boys, I just wasn't fit. And the Fairmont was good.
Just on Celtic, do you watch a game, anyone?
Aye.
Very good for 60 minutes, Kev.
They were good. They were good in terms of, Simon, that the intensity was high, and when they got in the final third, they looked to try and really create things. They took gambles, they took opportunities, took chances, whereas it wasn't safe. A lot of times, still, they get in the final third, a lot of passing and things they try are safe, and it's obvious, whereas they were trying round the corners, wee 1-2s, intricate things, and getting shots on target. But brilliant, like you say, Si, for 60 minutes, but the minute Motherwell get a goal, fucking hell, the arse just collapsed. It looked like, oh shit, here we go again. And Motherwell probably were unlucky not to get, I'm saying unlucky because Celtic dominated the game for 2/3 of it. They were unlucky in the last 20 not to get an equaliser.
Do you know how, see the way Celtic played under like 60 minutes looked like Lenny's kind of team. It was like 3 passes and the ball was in the box. See, after they scored the second, it went back to that fucking slow pass.
Too
slow.
Just keep attacking. I don't know why.
Is that a confidence thing? No.
I don't know if they thought maybe the game was won.
Just try to control the game.
Try to control the game.
I don't think Neil Lennon team suits controlling a game, because I don't think they work on controlling a game. I think they work on getting the ball wide and getting the ball. If that's how your team.
Because even in the last 20, when they were struggling a wee bit, see when they did attack with intensity, they created chances. They created chances. So it's a hard one to try and figure out. The boy, the right back that came on loan, John Joe.
I think he's good.
We talked always about El Mahad. I don't see any reason why they couldn't see him as a replacement.
I think he's 10 million quid though, Kev.
Is he?
I think Everton won 10 million quid for him.
No, a good player. The boy Welsh, very pleased with him.
Welsh was very good. But Celtic can press high now, Kev, because they've got pace at the back with Welsh and Aya, whereas before we're beating
Great header for the corner. Superb header. Rogic played well. Unlucky not to score a couple of goals. Edward was, some of his touches and that were different class, but too late, Si.
Paul at the back. Half back, quarterback, Tom Brady.
Cheating bastard.
In the back,
honestly, Si, it makes it a wee bit harder now because you've seen Edward, the quality that guy's got. Was he giving it his all at the start of the season? And my answer to that would be no, he wasn't. Simon, he wasn't. Some games I didn't see him. I don't know, Simon. I'm lost for words at the moment, mate. When I see Celtic playing like that at times. The players, they've still got top quality players, and I don't know how it's got to the stage it's got to. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself every week, but I'm lost at the moment, mate. Sorry, guys.
Turnbull again. Did you watch the full game?
Player, man.
What?
Do you not see the full game? He never gave the ball away once. I love these simple things that he does. See when El Yusi plays there, he turns into people. See if somebody's never done, he just pops it off and moves it again.
Yeah, very good.
Should he get in the Scotland squad? There's my question for you.
Who, Turnbull? He's definitely going to sell an opportunity.
Who's better in the number 10? Because Scotland play by 10 off.
It's the hardest position. It's probably the hardest area of the pitch to get into Scotland's team. But for me, the way he's playing now, I would. The question is though, who do you leave it? But the fact of the matter is, I rate Ryan Christie highly, but he's outperforming Ryan Christie now, and he's probably the one that he's got to budge to get in the Scotland team. So, do I think Ryan Christie's got to left out the Scotland squad? No, before people obviously put words into my mouth. But that's who Turnbull's going to be competing against.
Star Andy Halliday says Ryan Christie should be left at the squad. You can imagine that. You know who's writing it as well.
He should be making the squads and getting himself an opportunity to show what he can do on the international stage, because, like you say, Si, he keeps things simple. And when there's an opportunity to try that wonder ball or whatever it is, he'll do it. But what I also like is, see, there's an opportunity to shoot. You just fucking shoot. Just to think about it. Just let's fly. Misses, so what? We'll try it again. And how many goals have Celtic scored from set pieces now since he's come in?
Yeah, definitely.
I was trying to push Billy Gilmore into Euro squad, wasn't I?
Should have went on loan, shouldn't he?
But now that he's not playing, he could go for January to the end of the season and not playing. So
I think Rangers should have tried to got him in, Andy.
Nah.
Do you think he would have came up there? Obviously he's a Rangers fan.
And the reason I'm saying no is because I I think it'd have been brilliant if he did, but I don't think he needs that. I think he needs to go somewhere and play every single week. I don't think he would have if
because
he
you always talk about Davo, like when he gets rest games. Surely for that young guy's development, I know he gets on in the Premier League, bits and pieces here, superb. But the experience he could have got playing with Rangers now at the end of the season alongside somebody like Davis, but also the European games and getting a Thursday night, man, that would be invaluable for that.
I've seen that Southampton wanted him. I thought that would have been a great move for him.
Would have.
Did they? Aye.
Aye.
But I heard Chelsea didn't want to let him go.
I know, but why? He's not playing.
He's not going to play.
Too stupid, too
Because supposedly he asked them to go because I think the Euros. And didn't let him go. Which is poor, isn't it?
Aye, it is.
Let the boy go.
It is. And I know the type of character it is. He's got the confidence to believe he can play anywhere, which is what I love about him. And so he'll be disappointed that he's not went somewhere to get games.
See guys like Billy Gilmore and Turnbull, if they make the squad, who would come out for the last squad? Because you need to leave somebody out.
Yeah.
Mate, that area of the pitch, Scotland are so strong. I even, like, me and you have debated about McTominay. McTominay's playing well for Man U now.
Aye.
And
It's McTominay class as a midfielder for Scotland. He's usually centre back. So
The boy Callum Patterson, you could leave him out.
oh, you could leave him at
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I think the last squad as well, I'm sure they had 3 left backs in the last squad.
There's another young boy that's pushing as well, young boy Callahan.
and Murphy, Jamie Murphy. Callahan and Jamie Murphy trying to get it.
Right, Livingston v St Johnstone dress rehearsal for the League Cup final. You surprised Livy? Livy are dirtier than my mum on a wedding night, but St Johnstone can match it. I like McGINN in the middle of the pitch. Have you seen him play?
Good player, aye. I liked him last year as well when he broke into the team. I thought he was one that made a difference to their team. But Livy, man, incredible, honestly.
I know, but St Johnstone are doing well as well.
No, I know, but I just mean that run that Livy went on. That was just.
And he was manager of the month today as well.
When was the last time a team outside the Old Firm went on an unbeaten run like that? Must have been so long. But people were telling me at the start of the season when St Johnstone were struggling, he's like, honestly, they're playing well, they just can't score goals. But now they've turned a corner. I'm saying it now, I fancy St Johnstone in the final.
Yeah.
Aye, I do.
I think St Johnstone will win the final.
Got more experience and
I just-
as well,
I
didn't
think
guys
Livy.
like Bryson and Conway. What is it, mate?
I think Livy will win.
I think Livy will win as well.
I think it's written for them. Just get that feeling with the Martindale story.
It could be daft that I'm betting against Livy, considering how no betting, tipping. There's another headline I could have potentially gave. That I'm tipping against Livy because the form they've been on, but St Johnstone look good as well.
I think St Johnstone are doing well because nobody's talking about them. They've just kind of slowly went under the radar, and I think they're sitting 7th. Is it 7th?
Yeah.
But they've got a couple of games ahead where they can potentially push into top 6. So for me, I think St Johnstone, like you say, Si, they're scoring goals. Like the 2-0 on Saturday, they score the penalty, Stevie May. That's how they're giving him a penalty to try and get some confidence up and get him to score goals. But you go 3-0 up, it looks like an easy, and to me it was easy because the highlights reel, Livy had a wee chance at the end with Scotty Robinson. He was unlucky with the header and stuff, didn't quite catch it, but it was a comfortable victory for St Johnstone, and fair play to Callum Davies because I don't think he's getting enough praise and credit for what he's doing.
Especially for
No, Simon.
Third best manager in the world, maybe?
I would say so.
Aye,
Definitely.
But what he's got is a settled back 6. Same, doesn't ever change as Rooney, Kerr, Gordon, McCart, Tanza.
What is his style, Simon? Do you know?
I think if it's on to play, they play. If they don't,
play,
they
aye.
don't. I quite like the way he plays. We played him in
Good
the
at set
League Cup. I was
pieces.
quite impressed. Yeah, good at set
Good at
pieces.
set
Done
pieces.
excellent.
Defensively good.
St Johnstone were absolutely crap last year, weren't they? And he's done so well to turn that around.
Said, mate, I think SPL's in a good place now. I think a lot of teams
Better
have
place in
improved.
Diageo or SPL?
No, come on now.
David
Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, but Diageo's went quiet, haven't they?
No, but
I
do
think
you know what?
they've dropped off the last couple
No,
of
they're
years.
secretly flying. Trust me. Trust me.
You love them, don't you?
Oh, aye.
Right, Dundee had the last 3 games called off at Dens, following. The Dens was usually a lovely pitch when I was there. How frustrating must that be for them, Andrew?
Very, but
I thought he was going to say something about that.
Because it has been quite raining, so the groundsman put covers on.
I knew he was going to do that. Gary please be working busy on that. Can't make it either.
Aye, very. But when we played them, the pitch wasn't great. They had like a sandbox near the touchline at the dugout side, but to be honest, 90% of pitches I played on this year have been poor. And I don't know why. I don't know why the standard of pitch is worse this year, weather-wise, or don't know, maybe job cuts for something. I don't know, but Dens Park wasn't in great nick when we played there a couple of weeks ago. But I'm still surprised to call it off that early as well. It was like a half-day pitch inspection for a night game the next day. But so it must be in bad condition. But
2 groundsmen are my mates as well. They're 2 Brians, good guys as well. But
Are they?
Do they not have under soil heating there? No. What's the reason they're called off?
I don't know, mate.
It's just that it's very rare that a game gets called off more than 24 hours before the game. So it must be in.
Was there a lot of rain up and down?
Do you know what's the worst thing about Dens, mate? It's on it. You seen the hill on it?
Is it?
I only ever
Here's
used to
another
come
thing.
on the second half and have to run up the fucking hill.
Mate, here's another thing for you as well. There was a game, I'm 99.9% sure, there was a game Dundee get called off and Tannadice, like the next day was on. So it can't really be weather permitted, can it?
No.
It just must be
I
the
heard the pitch couldn't take any more Charlie Adams stories.
So bad, Kev. Slinny, what pitches you've played on? Fair Park. Your pitch was a fucking disgrace for
that was
a
a
while.
shambles until I bought that and changed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was horrendous. That's a hole I know, mate. That's when is Dundee the exact same?
Tannadice is a hill as well, mate. There's a lot of
Surely
hills in
there's got to be.
Scotland.
Surely the head of the league's got to be like that. Like, inspect these pitches and go, that's a hill. You can't play on that. Do you know what I mean? But
I know, why does that? No, why is that allowed, the hill?
I know.
Do you see when you're playing, do you like to
A
shoot
slant.
up, do you like to shoot up the hill first half or down the hill first half?
Down the hill second half.
So you're bombarded.
it's actually a game of two halves. I know that is a pure cliche, but it actually is. That's got to be changed in football, isn't it? It's Scottish game.
ASAP.
I'm like going, what, inspect them?
We should go and inspect them.
Andrew, what about you, pitches?
When I was at Bradford on loan.
Oh, Bradford was shite, mate.
Was it?
Hands down.
What, home?
Valley Parade?
Every second week playing at home was just the worst thing in the world.
Petrified?
It was just shocking, mate.
It was always one of us.
To be honest,
Stuart McCall's pubes over the pitch.
to be honest though, it's why we had a good record at home, because we just played the pitch. Like under Phil Patterson, we never played good football at all. And we had two big men up front. We had big Jim Hansen and John Stead, and we just played in their half and made it difficult for teams because our pitch was shot. Tynecastle, mate, 3-4 years ago.
Aye.
That was
Remember, I got a fucking
shocking as
concert on it
well.
or something. Was it shocking after that?
Right,
At the beginning of the season, they put
That was the Josh Windass story I told you.
Oh, when you came and he says, how bad's the pitch?
What about Ayers pitching Friday night?
Aye, it wasn't great. Theirs is a wee bit hilly, but theirs comes
Aye,
turn
in the
around.
middle.
Theirs is high in the middle and falls off. But aye,
What about you, Kev?
Kilmarnock's was bad. Kilmarnock's was bad in the winter time. See when they lack of grass, and then they used to put on. They didn't have an underheating system. They had a blower system. So see when you're on to try and thaw the pitch out, the fucking pitch was like big air bubbles for some stupid reason, because they were trying to blow it dry rather than heat it dry.
What were they doing? Blow drying the jets?
It was a jet and me were underneath the pitch blowing into fucking tubes.
Does the jet blow dry, sir?
I don't know, mate.
Or does your towel dry it?
He's got a great fucking head of hair,
Yes.
isn't he? You must
I
blow
don't
that
know,
juice
but
straight.
I don't mind pitches that's like got patchy grass. It's soft pitches I hate.
Aye, the heavy
pitches
ones.
that are
Heavy.
soft.
Oh, your calves go, don't they?
You hate when it's soft as well,
I fucking love it. It's rock solid.
Right, hero of the weekend. If this is true, John McGINN, man.
Aye.
This is
What do you mean if
sensational.
it's true? If you not heard it?
But no, but it's came
Oh,
for,
right, I
it's
know what
came
you
for
mean,
a
aye, the
voice
voice
note,
note,
innit? So
aye,
it'd have been better if you could actually hear John McGINN saying it. So after telling Sean Dyche to shut up, Burnley manager says to McGINN, he thought he was big time now, he played one season in the Premier League. McGINN says, you've been in the Premier League for 6 seasons and you're still wearing the same shit coat, you big prick. Brilliant,
Well,
innit?
that's the Scotland v England we're talking about.
Got him on toast, didn't we?
We got them on toast.
Got the
They
Scots
need,
on
they need
toast.
more of that. They need more of that. But John McGinn's got that about him. He's sharp. He's sharp.
Is he sharp, is he?
He is. He's funny.
Who did you play with? Did you play with him?
No, but I've
Been in company with him?
Aye, I've been in his company. I've got mutual pals and that, and he is sharp-witted. He's funny.
It's fucking brilliant, isn't it? 'Cause he has had
That's
that
why I
too for
believe it.
6
I can
years.
see him
Like,
saying it. I can see him saying it.
The coat's a pure shiter as well, isn't it?
And it has been on for 6 seasons.
What kind of coat
Do you know what
do
my old-time
Martin,
favourite was?
Burton. Aye, Burton, innit?
My old-time favourite was Arsene Wenger with that big...
Honestly,
Yeah.
Old Trafford.
The big ankle length,
Sleeping bag,
Arsenal
wasn't it?
jacket, and that man fell.
Doing that. He started doing that. And the ref packed him up, didn't he? But here, what about Sean Dyche's press conference saying looking like he's? Did you see that?
No, what was he saying?
Aye, I
Mate,
saw
Did you see that?
that. I did, I
Mate,
did.
they were asking questions. He was like, I hate these interviews. He was like, when me and my mates go to the pub, as soon as somebody walks in the door, we go like, who does he look like? He's like, I love a looky like you. Mate, that's what he didn't he?
Aye, it was talking about
He's
going
gone,
on
isn't he?
holiday.
Sean Dyche's
he's
gone,
lost the
man.
plot.
John McGinn's got my top.
Right,
He was-
us four.
Never
right?
mind the coat, he's had that same shit goatee for 6 years as well.
He's like, I like him, but do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know? No, do you like
I'm not
him?
too sure about him.
I just don't like watching Burnley play.
Oh,
To be honest.
That's it.
Do you know who I'm the new that every time I've watched their games, I've not seen a good game yet. It's Wolves. Even though they're flying.
Oh, I'm sick of him.
Every year they're like sort
Aye, but
of
they're not
running
flying
about top
this year,
6,
they're
top 8,
struggling.
I know, but every time I watch their games, it's never a good game.
Nah.
Nah. They were good to watch, but they've even gone away from that. But Sean Dyche's coat, man, come on.
It's cool.
It's disgusting.
Burton, where else could it? Jack Jones, super dry, something like that.
What do you think?
Helly Hansen.
Helly Hansen.
What do you think he felt when he called him out for the jacket?
Do you think he looked at his jacket like...
A bit like that. Fuck, he's right, I've had it on a while.
Do you think he's went home and bought a new jacket?
Aye. He comes out with a new jacket.
Do you think he wears that jacket the football? He wears it outside the football as well?
No, definitely. Night suit and that.
Night suit and that as well?
Aye, definitely.
I've seen a picture of him outside the football wearing the same coat.
I would have so much more respect for Sean Dyche if he buys a new jacket for next game.
Like a pure big, imagine it was like a big Valencia jacket.
Oh, like a big purple North Face or something.
Remember Mourinho used to wear the
grey
the
grey one, aye.
That was a dog's
Aye.
bollocks, wasn't it? Remember Guardiola had a shit cardi for ages?
The grey one.
That grey one. Who?
Merapeak, get Sean Dyche a big Merapeak.
Peak,
A big
unbelievable,
Bergos. That'd be tremendous. I think Pep, do you think's the coolest man?
I'd love if Sean Dyche just came in next week with a vest on.
Scott Parker.
He's got a bit of Scott Parker.
Coolest manager.
Jack Ross has got a wee bit of style, you know.
Who?
Jack Ross up here.
Scott Parker,
Their old
for me,
neck
is a
was
standout.
terrible.
Derek McInnes, slick back.
Aye, Dale's alright.
Dale's alright. Dale's got a bit.
Lenny's decent.
Did you ever see Lenny used to wear a full length leather jacket, mate, down to his ankle?
Did he?
Honestly,
Undertaker?
Undertaker, His dress style was rascal.
I remember I went for a meeting with him and it was his day off, I think, but he was in and he was wearing Converse. Wait, I couldn't believe it, Lenny with Converse on.
And jeans.
It was bizarre, mate. And big baggy
Converse and
jeans,
jeans,
big boot cut jeans, man.
What other managers are shit dressed?
I don't know.
Robbie Wilson's quite smart dressed, mate.
Aye.
What's he?
yes, to
He's
be fair.
V-neck and a shirt or something, isn't he? A wee V-neck, nah.
Aye, standard shirt, maybe a wee round neck and all, just to...
Big names like Prada and stuff like that.
Oh, aye, Gucci and that.
Is he?
Aye.
Is Nielsen Gucci'd up?
You told me you've seen him in Gucci, didn't you?
Gucci with the two greyhounds. He's got
mate,
greyhound coats for the dogs and all.
Go and do the greyhound. Got up on the table and do the greyhound.
That's the point.
I think that you push her.
Not got big enough to get in.
Do you know I think Klopp looks scruffy as anything?
I'm going off Klopp, eh?
Aye, same to be honest, he's too many excuses creeping in at there.
See if you're a manager.
Ancelotti, he's
Ancelotti's got a bit, hasn't he?
He's suave.
It's Italian, but I think...
Godfather, isn't he?
Zola used to be decent.
Zola, terrible face though. Nice,
I know,
good club, but terrible
See,
face.
if you were a manager, what would you wear?
I'd be suit.
Would you?
Would you? I'd go tracky, I think.
Tracky, aye.
Tracky.
I'd be tracky with the socks tucked into the fucking tracky bottoms.
What was the jet on the side? Tracky?
Jet was tracky.
Thong.
Thong.
Do you remember he bent over and his thong came up the back of his track?
Remember the Celtic guys who've done that? Ronnie Dyler's bent there and had a thong.
Gerrard's quite smart.
Aye, Gerrard.
But you need at Rangers, you need to wear a suit on the side. It's a rule of the club.
Is it
I think
actually?
somebody says to me, Gerrard, I want a tracky, but you need to stick to the rules of the club.
Aye, it's like history in it, tradition, so
right.
everybody needs to wear it. But Alan McCoy didn't he though sometimes, I'm sure?
No, but we're in the third division, so doesn't count.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
He's looking heavy, Alan, innit? You seen him recently?
I
enjoying his life too much,
How
aye,
good is he in the telly,
Do you think he's the best, isn't
The
he?
best.
he's the
The
best.
best on the radio, best in the telly.
Best
hands
commentator,
down.
because he doesn't he talks about Alain
Even the
Delon, doesn't he?
English are now falling in love with him big time.
Exactly. Another Scotsman taking over England. Right, just quickly, because with the Dyche argument, ever played against opposition managers that players used to argue all the time? Do you remember the boy Steve Evans? Doing so.
Oh, brother, Scottish guy.
Mate, he would argue with every man, honestly. Our boys used to say that you wore makeup. Remember that? It looked like you had mascara on. Him and DiCanio used to, honestly, mate, it was constant in 90 minutes. We used to just listen to what they were saying to each other.
Brilliant to watch, innit, when you're on the bench.
Martin Allen's good as well. Remember the Martin Allen stories?
I've got nothing against him at all, but I used to argue with Alan Stubbs quite a bit.
Did you?
Aye.
Did you?
Aye.
What was
Nothing bad, but
Was
just...
he vocal?
But it was more like vocal to the ref. See, when
like
it was
that.
something that wasn't a...
That's what does your
wasn't a
tits
foul
in,
or something that wasn't a booking.
Mark Kerr wasn't happy with Nielsen for that on
Wasn't
Friday. He pulled him up after again.
What, for the penalty?
No, because he kept...
To be fair,
kept on at the
the
ref.
penalty was soft, but we should have had a penalty in the first 2 minutes, man. See, tackle on boys the first couple of minutes.
No, he wasn't thinking about the decision. He says that your bench kept dinging the ref.
Oh, right. Sorry,
I
apologies.
hate managers that go for refs.
Constantly.
Do you?
Nah, I do.
Mate, that's actually an art at times, man. See Jose Mourinho's teams? Like when he talked about when he first went to... Remember his Chelsea team, mate? There were about 40 of them surrounding the ref all the time.
Yeah.
What about any managers that you used to argue with, Kev?
No, I was just sitting there trying to think and... Nah, just fucking Mark Roberts. he was my own manager. Nah, I didn't, nah.
Lenny wasn't really with the refs, was he?
Nah, not really, nah.
No.
Nah, I never
Think
used
so,
to
mate,
hear
no.
him.
Used to
Martin
call
Allen,
up-
Martin Allen used to bark at you. See if
What,
you were running,
during the game?
During the game. See if you were running next to him and you were opposition player, he'd start barking at you on the side of the pitch. He was fucking.
I told you my favourite will always be Lee Wallace, mate, with refs. Like,
Lee what?
Oh.
What? How?
Remember I told you the story where he'd be so diplomatic
Oh,
when he'd
yeah.
argue with refs. And he would just sit, like, say if the ref got a bad decision, he would walk up to him and like, have you recorded this game? To the ref. Have you recorded the game? And he'd be like, no, why? He's like, I want you to go home, sit down, have a cup of tea and analyse your performance because it's
brilliant.
nowhere near good enough.
Mate, Willie Gibson was like that
That's
for us as well. Do you know Willie Gibson? It's Queens now.
Aye.
Used to play
He's played fullback. He was a winger for
38
about
or
14
something.
years.
So used to play centre midfield well, and he would not stop talking to the ref. And I remember one game we were playing, he's like, to the ref, what qualification, how high are you in the qualification charts in the referee? I'm like, well, the fucking game's going on, just get on with it, man.
That's brilliant.
He's like, 'cause
I
I've
love
actually
that.
took a couple of badges myself and you're having a shocker here. Same as Lee Wallace, mate, he'd have a proper full convo with the ref.
Mate, I've got a story for you, right? See, when I was at Livy, we went to Murray Park to play Rangers. Now, I'd just left Rangers at this point, so I still had loads of pals up there. Remember Cal Naismith?
Aye.
Cal was one of my best pals. So Cal was on the bench, and I was talking to him before the game. He's like, I'm on the bench. He's like, my head's gone. He's like, I'm going to come on and I'm just going to absolutely rip it up. He's like, I'm just going to annoy everyone. So we're winning, right, 2-1. And you see the number going up. Cal's coming on, right? He's jogging on. He's like, right, this gaffer's got the cheek to drop me. He's like, I'm coming on here and I'm scoring a double and the game's done. Mate, he scored 2 and they won 3-2. I swear to God.
Shouting that when he's
He's
scoring
like, give me the ball, I'm scoring 2. I'm scoring 2. Just walking about the pitch and ends up scoring 2 and they won 3-2. I want to say
like that when I was there. That's exactly
Cal.
what he was like.
He likes that Cal Naismith, isn't it?
Mate, Cal's one of the funniest guys in the world, mate. He's got that dry sense of humour.
He was.
Last week, what about Dick Campbell?
What about?
Was he vocal on this? Can you hear him? Nah.
He is quite. We scored a goal against them this year where it was like sort of borderline offside, but turns out it was miles onside and he was on it there for ages with that. But Dick Campbell's a legend of the game. I'm no Scotland, Dick Campbell. He's the 4th best manager in the world, I think.
I don't know if this will stand right, but my mate told me a story about Dick Campbell when he was forfeit when Paul Watson, who's the Montrose captain now. So they had a guy, Neil Janich, remember him? Neil Janich.
No.
He's for Aberdeen, but he's got a Polish thing. And there's a fullback who had a Polish name as well, but wasn't Polish, he was Scottish, that played with the same team. So Watson says Neil Janich's on the bench next to Paul Watson and the wee fullback's having a shocker. And Dick turns round and goes, see that left back? He's a fully paid member of the Lazy Bastard Brigade. Bucks like he's in Polish and he goes, no offence, Neil. Neil's like, I'm no Polish either. Oh, brilliant. Right, that's us, lads.
Tremendous.
Next podcast, the Premier League one, innit?
Poddy.
Next
Premier
Poddy.
League. Tune in tomorrow because this will be going up Tuesday, so tune in Wednesday for the Premier
Wednesday,
League.
wow.
Well done, lads.
Exciting.
Excellent.